third video, same day. So you're still going to be getting the crappy camera. Hopefully my camera comes soon. I can clean it up. The mini rebuildable dripping Eto Masa. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It comes with the actual unit, the drip tip, 2 extra wicks with coils, which I'm probably not going to use, and a beauty ring. Bust out that beauty ring. So I went along, and there's a coil in here already. There's already a coil in here, and I checked it on my Vamo.
It's reading at 2.6 ohms. What? 2.6 ohms? Come on. So I checked it on my multimeter, and I'm getting 2.8 ohms. So I tried it just because I threw it out in the clean. I didn't think I had to wash it. Most dripping atomizers you get, when you get it, wash it out, because there's like still machine dust in there. This one seems to be really clean. Wow, they did a good job. So I did not actually clean this one. I tried the stock coil, the coil that it came with, and after blasting on it for a little bit, a lot of it actually, the ohms dropped 1.6. Sweet. And that's exactly where I want it. Okay, so apparently this is this beauty ring, which looks awesome on my ergo. See that? This just looks like a cartomizer. This is exactly what I want. But it's not. It's a dripping atomizer where I can build my own coil. It's exactly what I wanted. I want something small that I can drip on that's not 22 millimeters. Something puny like this. Apparently I can't use the beauty ring because it doesn't screw down all the way. Now it's working. Before beauty ring, it didn't screw down all the way. It's fire. So I have already dropped it in there. Using the stock coil, I got it down to 1.6 ohms by burning it in. From the looks of it, it looks like 32 gauge sample. Not very much not my preference. I don't like 32 gauge sample. I don't like how the setup is. I don't like how the wick is not always at the bottom, so you can't really just drip and forget. This is I'll show you after I put you the drip tip. It comes with a better than drip tip, which I can't get enough drip tips. I love drip tips. And I'm gonna have time blasting on my face, so let me get out of the way.
I'm straight mouth to lung, because the tiny little air vent, I'm not sure if you can see that. It's tiny. When I go close up, you'll go ahead and see that air vent. It's I'm going to drill it out. So I go straight to lung on it. And then I'm going to rebuild the coil to a 1.6 ohm micro coil. The same coil that I have on my my Nimbus, the one that you keep seeing. My favorite vape, except that this thing is, man, the caliber difference is, so, and when I'm going out, I want something smaller. So I'm thinking maybe I might drop it down to 1.0 ohms. But already 1.6 ohms is maxing out this battery. So something like this battery with the beauty ring, hopefully it'll work. Screw it in. Please turn on. I'm not sure if it's not working. So that beauty ring is. Apparently I turned off the battery. Okay, not working. That beauty ring, I might want to cut it down a little so that it actually screws down a little more. It's not. I have a drummer. It's not going to be a problem. Or I might just not use it at all. But I will show you. So already the coil that it comes with, I'm not going to vape on it a lot because I'm not sure how clean it is. But I'll show you. This thing's not even. So this ergo battery needs to be toothpicked out for it to work. I'll go into that later. Yeah, so the center pin is a little recessed. So with the ergo battery I could. This video is getting long. This video is going to be a long video because you're going to go to the close-up version and then we're going to go to another video where I vape it with the hole drilled out and my custom cable. So what I do is with this little pick, I'm going to start picking out that center post so it actually comes out a little bit. And this happens when juice gets inside and then the center post is no longer springy. This is probably the biggest problem for the ergo batteries. The center post actually doesn't come up anymore and then it doesn't make connection. So please let that be fixed. Yes! Yes! So now it's actually hitting. And I did not screw it in all the way, so maybe that beauty ring might work. Not work! And if that beauty ring works, it's gonna look fantastic. It seems up. That beauty ring still doesn't let me screw it down far enough. Pretty sure I'll find a mod that works with it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm totally fine with this. This looks perfectly fine. So mouth to lung, you're gonna get mouth to lung performance, right? You're gonna get the Kinger tank performance, if not a little worse than the Kinger tank performance. Drip drip. I'm just gonna do one drop because I'm gonna get rid of this coil soon. And you're gonna see the close-up version. You're gonna see how I made my micro coil. I'm gonna use a crap load of silica wick to get that well. Performs for stock, how it comes. Ding! Atomizers are only as good as the coils you build on them. Pretty much, that's 90%, right? The rest 10% is how well the thread is in, how good it connects, you know. And these are Phillip head. You see in the close-up version. I think it's called the Mini 14 something. And apparently it doesn't say clone, so it's not a clone, it's the original. Man, I can live with this though. I can live with this. You know what though? I'm gonna crank up the voltage on it, and I know I really shouldn't on these tiny little coils, but no, that looks funny. Dun dun dun. So whatever. Alright. Holy crap! 4.9 volts? No, let's go to 4.1 volts, right? So again, you'll get the performance boost off the variable voltage. The Ego C-twist is a variable voltage, and this is probably what I'm going to run this atomizer on. So, the close-up. Alright, first thing, the close-up video, it was crap. So, I mean, I'll put a little chunk of it and I'll fast forward it just so that you can see. But the audio is crap. It's just not worth posting. So I mean, I might post. My hand is so big, I was covering pretty much the whole portion of when I was making the coil. So we'll chop that up. Oh, 1.5. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. 1.5. So I can actually fire this on my Vamo. Let's do a voltage on that. Go 4.5 volts. And this is gonna rock your socks off. Rock your socks off! I don't even, there's no adjustment needed to these coils too. They're already perfectly adjusted to how I like them. I might tidy them up a little. I don't want to change the 1.5 is actually perfect of where I want it to go. Oh, they're going to the inside out. That's exactly where you wanted it to be. Oh, you see that? That it goes from the inside out, and that's how you want your microcoil. Check the ohms one more time. 1.7. Nah, we got it up. So perfect. You know, I can base this in a higher voltage. There is going to be a higher ohms load because I'm using that adapter. But I mean, probably it's a 1.6 ohm coil, which is exactly where I wanted it. So actually, I'm going to keep this on my Vamo as to use it as a post.
And then the upbeat closely was filmed with my wife's digital camera on a tripod. So I just wanted to share that. Apparently I can't use my DV camcorder. It's not a battery. No, not a battery. The battery just doesn't work. So, upbeat closely there, I drilled this out to 116. And I'll tell you what.
Oh! I found my setup for my year ago. No more tanks. Mini RDA M5, I'm sorry. The mini RDA M5. There's also the mini RDA M4, and I actually got that one too, and that one's coming probably tomorrow. But it's the exact same thing. Except it doesn't break down in 3 pieces, it's just the bottom piece, the center piece, center top piece. So, I wanted 2 of these things. The M4 actually looks a lot more sleeker. These lines aren't there. Those lines, they're not there. It's just one solid piece. So I'm pretty sure it'll look bad, donkey, on my Ergo, which I'm gonna run it at. And gosh, I really wish I could use this beauty ring. I really do. I really do. Because that just looks so nice. I can. It works. Holy moly. Okay. Holy moly. So the beauty ring on an Ergo, and I'm gonna keep it like this because I'm not gonna touch this anymore. Because this is awesome. And that's with the fan blowing in my face. Man, that's the. This is every penny. This is my new setup. My new bathroom setup. My new everything setup. This thing is awesome. Screw using Cardos. Get this. It's like the same size as a Cardo with a shield. But dude, straight to lung and nails. Awesome, awesome, awesome vapes. With my own coil. Definitely worth it. Anything else to say? Thanks for watching.
Second thing. I updated the wick, and remember I said I drilled this up to 1/16? Well, I drilled another 1/16 hole in the backside, and the backside's a little bit bigger because I got the drill and I went up and down like this. I needed that extra airflow, especially because that coil was getting too hot. And with the silica wick, the problem was that I wasn't wicking well enough, so the top part of the wick would be dry, and then the bottom part of the wick would be wet, and I'll get dry hits or no vapor, but then the bottom portion of my wick is wet. So I ended up just putting cotton instead, a cotton wick, and this actually works a lot better. Not only because that it takes up less portion and doesn't block the hole, but because cotton absorbs so well that when you're vaping, that bottom just dries up just as well. So I guess with these kind of small mini RDA M5s, you're going to want to use cotton. Alright. So that's just my little update is that I drilled another 1/16 hole, and I switched it out to cotton, and then the performance is worlds apart. I have it on that Ego at 4.9 volts.
So now I'm getting the rebuildable vape that I'm supposed to. I'm really tired right now. Now it's vaping awesome. Took a little tinkering. The coil's the same. luckily it's at 1.5 ohms now, so it's stable at 1.5 ohms. And the reason why I was fluctuating was because the positive post hook, the screw was coming out, and so I tightened it, but then it popped off, so it's barely connecting. So I ended up pulling it out and then pushing it on my fingernails and screwing it in again. So now everything's pretty firm in there. That extra 1/16 hole, that makes all the difference. The wick and the hole made all the difference. Even me drilling out that 1/16 hole with that other wick in there, it just didn't perform. I mean, it did, but it didn't. I mean, you could see in the video, but with this cotton on here, man. Exactly as airy as I want it to be. Any more air than that, then it's just it won't hit right. This is the exact same build, exact same coil, with one less loop, which really is nothing, because this is still reading 1.5 ohms. So at 4.9 volts. Pretty much an even vape. That's pretty awesome for a little mini atomizer, a little rebuildable dripping atomizer. Now I'm getting a little bit more airflow on this because I have two 1/16 holes and two little tiny holes next to it. But I mean, this thing, man, for what it is on the battery that I'm using it at, you can't beat it. Just for the concealability of it, this will fit in my pocket perfect. If this is too big, then I could go ahead and use that small ergo battery. And really, the voltage drop doesn't really matter as long as you take that long draw. With the smaller battery, what you want to do is you want to kind of heat up the coils. So take your primer puffs while you're heating up the coil, and then draw, and then you'll get a good vape. This small little battery, this is a great setup for going out, because it disappears, so.
It's great. I don't know what else to say. I probably get just as good of a vape on this as I do with my Mech Mod, unregulated with a dying Sony VTC4 battery. Man, I wish I could make this video with more energy, but I'm so drained right now. So this is a Magneto with a dying Sony VTC4 battery that I have not charged yet. And it's dry. So. Man, this setup's great. I'm loving it. That's probably what I'm going to go out with right now. So I'm going to go out to eat with my wife. So this is what I'm going to take. Not the mechanical mod. I'm probably going to take it on the Ego, the bigger C-twist. Man, and it's awesome. I thought I'd give it kind of an unfair review because I had it set up wrong. But it was a new product to me, so. So what I noticed is I drip kind of heavy on this because I'm using cotton, and right when you drip and you kind of flood the coils, it's not going to vape the way you want it to. But once you burn off that excess fluid up on there, whew, man, this thing performs like the Nimbus.
And I love the Nimbus. My Nimbus is pretty much my favorite RDA for the price. So that's a little update, I guess, before I start chopping up the video and making it. That's just what I want to get out to everybody. Alright, thank you for watching.